There are hundreds of thousands of government employees who are not receiving their paychecks. Some of them are furloughed, others are actually showing up to work and not receiving their paychecks, but their bills don't stop. Well, I'm glad to say here in the town of Hempstead and the Assembly and hopefully in New York State, we are going to try and help all these hardworking men and women who have nothing to do with a government shutdown, the longest in history, but are facing the consequences. This isn't fair to these men and women. These men and women are rolling out of the holidays facing bills, mounting at their houses, and you know what? They're not getting that paycheck to pay them. Something needs to be done. Well, I'm happy to announce that we are trying to get it done in New York State and in the town of Hempstead. The Assembly, I am happy to report, has passed a bill that will give an extension for property tax payments to residents who are either being furloughed or are working and not receiving their paychecks. Assemblyman Ra is a supporter of that bill, but now we need that bill to pass in New York State Senate and then get the governor of this state to sign on board. When that's done, I've already reached out to my colleagues. Senior Councilwoman Dorothy Goosby, along as with Councilman D'Esposito and the Erin King Sweeney, are going to get that on the town board and get it passed. What does that mean? That means for men and women who live in the town of Hempstead at minimum, who face a tax bill that is going to be due on February 11th, they're going to have an opportunity. They're going to be granted at least 90 days of an extension to pay those property taxes. Because if they do not pay those property taxes by February 11th, they're going to face penalties. And they add up. They start at 2%, and every month they go up and up. Look, we pay a fortune in property taxes here on Long Island. The last thing we need to do are have men and women who have nothing to do with this silly government shutdown, getting caught in the middle of it, and frankly, facing mounting bills. They need help. They need relief. Well, you know what? This bipartisan group right here is going to do it.
We had a very busy week in Albany this week, and some of the issues were somewhat contentious, but one that we were united on, I believe it passed unanimously through the state assembly on Tuesday, was a bill carried by my colleague from the Hudson Valley, Ken Zabrowski, which would allow municipalities in New York State to adopt a local resolution that will permit an extension for furloughed and no pay federal workers and their spouses to give them extra time to pay their property taxes.
I am really very, very proud of these groups that's standing here with me because they are here for people. And that's what it's all about. I only care about people and trying my best to make sure that we make a life better for them. There is no reason that anyone who does not get a paycheck because of something that's happening in this country they have absolutely nothing to do about, to really have to pay extra money for taxes. If you don't pay your taxes on time, you are penalized, and we don't want to see that.
Obviously, in the current elected positions that we are all in, we do not have the authority or can help reopen the government. But what we can do is we could provide assistance to the residents that we serve. That's what we are elected to do. We're elected to serve the people, and in times like this, we really need to think outside the box in order to assist them.
And this is a red flag for all townships across Long Island. In Nassau County alone, between Oyster Bay and North Hempstead, they should be on the ready as well, that if this passes in Albany, that they should be ready to sign off on this to help all those taxpayers, because February 11th is right around the corner. This is not, basically chump change for residents. People pay thousands of dollars in taxes, and this is significant relief for people who are still working or are being forced not to go to work, who have no source of income whatsoever.